Black woman gets arrested, falsely arrested because of facial recognition technology. And beyond the facial recognition technology, a whole bunch of incompetent people. Let's put up the picture full mass. I'm about to give you a hell of a story. Detroit woman is now suing the city and the police detective after she was falsely arrested because of facial recognition technology while she was 8 months pregnant. Let me give you background to the allegation. Porcha Woodruff, 32 years of age, young lady, young mother, was getting her 2 children ready for school on the morning of February 16th, when 6 police officers showed up at her doorstep and presented her with an arrest warrant alleging robbery and carjacking. She's getting her kids ready for school. She's 8 months pregnant. Woodruff initially believed the officers were joking, giving her visibly pregnant state. They were not. They arrested her on the spot. Ms. Woodruff later discovered that she was implicated as a suspect through a photo lineup shown to the victim of the robbery and carjacking, following an unreliable facial recognition match, court documents say. The robbery victim told people that on January 29th, he met a woman who he had sexual intercourse with. At some point in the day, they went to a BP gas station where the woman interacted with several individuals, according to the lawsuit. Then they left for another location where the victim was robbed and carjacked at gunpoint by a man whom the woman had interacted with earlier at the BP station. The victim told police his phone was returned to the gas station 2 days later. The lawsuit filed Thursday in the US District Court of Eastern Michigan names Detective LaShantia Oliver, who was assigned to the case as a defendant. The lawsuit alleges that when Oliver learned that a woman had returned the victim's phone to the gas station, she ran facial technology on the video, which identified the individual in the video as Ms. Woodruff. Now, let me stop here before I go to the rest of the story. We've talked about AI technology on this program before. As a matter of fact, I've debated a guy about the regulations required for AI technology or for these particular types of programs that tend to adversely impact Black folk. He actually agreed that the programs do seem to penalize Black people more so than any other group. Let me talk about the deliberate failures in addition to the facial recognition technology. The lawsuit says Detective Oliver stated in detail in her report that what she observed in the video footage, and there was no mention of the female suspect being pregnant. When a man was arrested driving the victim's car on February 2nd, Oliver failed to show him a picture of Woodruff, according to court documents. These are failures in detective work. The victim was also shown a lineup of potential suspects. Out of these potential suspects, Ms. Woodruff was identified as the woman he was with when he was robbed. Oliver used an 8-year-old picture, however, of Woodruff in the lineup from an arrest in 2015, despite having access to her current driver's license. On the day Ms. Woodruff was arrested, she and her fiance urged officers, please check the warrant to confirm whether the woman who committed the crime was pregnant, which they refused to do, the lawsuit alleges. Once arrested, Ms. Woodruff was charged with robbery. She was charged with carjacking and released from the Detroit Detention Center at around 7 p.m. on a $100,000 personal bond. Her fiance took her to a medical center where she was diagnosed with a low heart rate due to dehydration. Was told she was having contractions from stress related to the incident. There's more. On March 6th, The Wayne County Prosecutor's Office dropped the case for insufficient evidence, according to the lawsuit. The prosecutor's office said the warrant that led to Woodruff's arrest was on solid ground, saying, quote, that the warrant was appropriate based upon the facts. The office said it was dismissed because the victim failed to appear during a preliminary hearing, which was intended to ensure there's sufficient evidence to prosecute. Now, I want to go ahead and call out the BS of the prosecutor. If you have individuals on camera, if you have a serious felony like robbery and carjacking, the evidence connected to that will not typically mandate the victim be there for that phase of the case. But let's say the case goes down the road a little bit, you cannot find the victim, that's fine, you can subpoena them. Why did you not exercise your right of subpoena? That's a dangerous person, right? I'm bringing this to everybody's attention because I'm letting you know that it's BS, that they would simply drop a case like this because of insufficient evidence, given the victim didn't show up. No, they knew. They knew the officer, the detective, fouled. They knew it. They tried to cover it up even more. All right, Detroit Police Chief James E. White said he reviewed the allegations in the lawsuit, which he said are very concerning. He continued to say, quote, we are taking this matter very seriously. We cannot comment further at this time due to the need for additional investigation. We will provide further information once additional facts are obtained and we have a better understanding of the circumstances. Please keep in mind, the reason why we are aware of the insane lack of investigative prowess of this detective, the failure of the facial recognition technology, and the alleged cover-up that took place beyond is because this woman decided to file a lawsuit. That's it. Please know, there are many people who are railroaded by this very same system. Charges get dropped. Many times the response is, thank God. I'm glad I did not get prosecuted as an innocent person. They figured it out. But see, damage has been done. Damage has been done, arrest made, reputation damaged also. She brought the lawsuit standing up for herself, which hopefully will correct the system to make it better in that local jurisdiction. I'm very thankful, ma'am, for your leadership. I know it's not easy going through these processes. All right, Jeff, thoughts?
Yeah, so I want to go back to the original thing that happened here where a man was robbed and carjacked. Hopefully they will catch the person or people involved with that because that's messed up in itself. But as we went through this article, and you did a great job, of course, everything that came out was just so messed up. It would appear that the officers involved with this were just trying to make an arrest rather than being accurate or correct or precise in this situation. What Porcha Woodruff went through is also heinous. She deserved way better than this. And apparently, facial recognition technology thinks all black people look alike. In addition to the man who picked her out of an array of 6 people, also thinks a lot of black people look alike. This was messed up all across the board. I hope she gets justice and more than the compensation that she needs here, because if they don't, they're not gonna see any change moving forward.
Yeah, there you go. And listen, how do you operate as a detective? And the man who is the victim is right there in front of you. The one question, the woman that you had intercourse with, sir, was she pregnant or not? Okay, she wasn't pregnant. Well, the woman that we just arrested is 8 months pregnant, sir. See, at some point, I do think they realize that and still try to cover it up. That's my point. That's why this lawsuit is necessary.